I would like to welcome everybody to the first edition of the Showstoppers Sports Talk. I'm the Suntan Superman. To my left is Jay Reed, the Boulder City Beast himself, your WWE insider. To my right is Dat Boy Leo. He's going to be your special correspondent, giving you special pieces every Friday night. So, hey, hope you enjoy the show. We're going to kick it off with a little bit of WWE action. Jay Reed, take it away.
And breaking news, AJ Lee is still retired.
Still retired?
Yeah.
Ain't she like 15?
Yeah. She retired. It came out last week that she was going to retire.
But, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but she's just retiring, not quitting or anything?
No, she's leaving it as that, as retiring. But I think there's more to it because, you know, she's married to CM Punk and he has a lawsuit going against him with WWE trainers. So,
wow.
From what I'm reading and hearing is that it was awkward for her to be there at work. So, but at the same time, her retiring gets her out of her contract. So, this means that she can end up in the independent scene.
Okay.
You know,
so like TNT or some other kind of wrestling federation?
Nah, TNT. That is not independent, bro. That is below independent. That is a minor league. Dixie Carter, if you're watching this video, do me a favor and sell the company to Jim Cornette, Paul Heyman, even that idiot Vince Russo, because you're running wrestling to the ground, lady. I'm sorry.
That was my bad. I know you were so passionate about that, Sundance. All right.
hey, no, but yeah, no, I don't think so because like with the whole thing with Vince is like he won't mention, he won't even bring him up. If you think about it, when Sting came back, you know, the whole talk with Triple H saying where he's been.
Yeah.
You know, he's been out of wrestling for so long. You know, they didn't even bring up that he's been on there.
Yeah.
And so I don't think you know, TNA is even on the radar for them.
TNA, there it is.
Yeah.
I knew I missed up somewhere there.
Yeah. You did them a favor by giving them a different name. They're horrible. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy can't even wrestle anymore. We're not covering the TNA or TNT or whatever they're called on this segment.
This is blacklisted, huh?
They're blacklisted.
Yeah. Right.
Unless they got something working, you know, your insider needs to come with better stuff than TNA. TNT, reality, whatever you're doing, it's not working. Do me a favor and quit. That's all I'm saying. I know. Talking about independent reality wrestling's tomorrow night. We'll be out there covering it live. So we'll be there in Clear Lake.
Booker T.
5 time. He'll be at 1 time for the 5 time. You know, because he went to WWE, he couldn't get no more time. He was done. They say, hey man, you're a good champion, but you know, we don't, you know, besides The Rock, you know, we kind of leave it there alone. So
yeah,
we're not gonna get into that religious or politics. Or racism around here. I'm not saying anybody's racism. Hunter, don't take that personally.
Don't take that.
You know.
Well, talking about Booker T, WWE is looking to change up their commentary on Monday night.
Oh,
and one of the 3 commentators that you have, Booker T,
right.
Michael Cole, and JBL. One of them may be losing their job.
So you think it's Booker T? You're not the only black guy.
You know what? You say that, and they brought out that other guy, Braxton or Bray. What's his name?
I think it's Braxton.
We don't know his name. He came out there, but you heard what happened.
And that's how you get your first-hand knowledge right there. You do not know this man.
Well, you heard. Okay, so let me recap you. 2 Mondays after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar went ballistic. It started F5 and everybody. Anybody in sight. Well, he F5'd the whole color commentary team, I guess. And so what happened was they had to send Jerry the King down. From what I'm hearing, Vince was upset. He was, hey, here's your shot to shine, and you couldn't do it. You know, let's send Jerry the King down to help carry the show. So I don't know if they're getting rid of Booker T. You know, they got to keep some color out there.
No, I don't think it's Booker T. But from what I'm hearing, I don't know. Renee Young.
Yeah, Renee Young.
She may be making the move.
Renee Young, call me.
But and then putting her out there, I think she'd be the first female commentator.
Oh yeah.
And You know the whole.
Okay.
That's a you know what? Hey, it's about time. You know they try to have the commentators set up. You know like the real no offense. I mean all guys are all athletes, but the real sports they always have a female commentator there. So it was about time they made the move. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Jay Reed, I want to stop beating around the bush. We were on the phone today. You told me you had some breaking news about WrestleMania 32, some stuff coming up. Tell me what you got in the works, what you're hearing, what your insiders telling you, and let's run it off quick. I want to hear some good. I want to hear some good news.
All right, we're gonna jump with the big story, The Rock. You know, there's talks. WrestleMania is gonna be in Dallas. You got The Rock.
You pie eating jabroni sandwich stuff in your face. I'm sorry, I just had to do it for The Rock. Yes, I'm there.
He will be going up against Triple H. Is the talk. Him and Triple H. And so if that happens, I think Ronda Rousey may come back and it'd be a mixed tag match.
And for those who didn't see WrestleMania, they did have a little incident occur. They got on stage. Ronda Rousey came out.
Yeah, they've been talking. I know UFC had put out saying that Ronda Rousey wasn't gonna, but WWE is interested. And if you think about it, money's money.
Yeah. Well, John Jones was working something with them too, trying to get out there. It kind of fell through. But I was glad to see Ronda out there. She's a phenomenal athlete. Great champion, and I don't see any other possibility. I don't see a one-on-one match with Stephanie because it kind of deteriorates her skill level.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of like the idea of the either mixed tag or I was thinking maybe it was a dangle the carrot, The Rock versus Triple H. If The Rock wins, Ronda Rousey gets 5 minutes with Stephanie McMahon.
I don't know. That's a good little stipulation right there.
Yeah, Ronda, 5 minutes. All you need is 32 seconds. 10 to fix your hair, 20 to tap her out. So, what other news you got coming out from WrestleMania 32? It's going to be in Dallas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry's World. We'll be there. Vince, Triple H, we need some media passes to be in there covering it live. We know you want to be on Showstoppers News.
Bring up the Undertaker next.
So, what other match you have coming up for us, JB? Tell us.
Well, this one's not in the books yet, but the Monday night after WrestleMania, Sting comes out and they ask what he was up for him. The crowd goes crazy and starts yelling Undertaker. If you watched WrestleMania 32 and you saw the Undertaker match, Undertaker didn't look that impressive to me.
Yeah, he got in there and he performed. I gotta give him props. He's
a senior citizen. He goes in. He uses his AARP card. You know what I'm saying? Early dinner special,
but you can see the difference in. I know Sting's up in age, but you can see the difference in the wear and tear on the bodies. Sting's probably the second greatest. From
first greatest in my heart, Sting. By the way, always be my hero.
Okay, well, he did get super kicked until next week. So
he did. He did get super kicked.
See, I think that's where the WWE is going to be dropping the ball. That's what they should be working the angle. Is Sting, Shawn Michaels, getting Shawn Michaels back out there. I think Shawn Michaels has a couple more matches in him.
Okay. And, we are called the Showstoppers Sports Talk. HBK. We're all from Texas. You're an idol. You do what you got to do. You get out there, perform. You put a show on. So, what else do you have, Jay Reed? What other matches you got that are in the works that we can see? So, what other matches they give you that's in the works?
In the works, we already got that.
Rings.
Yeah, they're still up. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, but I don't think that's gonna last till WrestleMania. I think that's gonna end up going on the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, you got so many events before then. But you got some big events like SummerSlam, the Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm hearing though is, you're talking about the face. I understand. Seth Rollins, who is a phenomenal athlete who does tremendous moves, is the future. But we all know, love him or hate him, John Cena is the face of the company. And
how can you hate the guy? I mean, I
swear I don't hate the guy.
Hey, every time I see him on Twitter, he's with some baby that has like some messed up disease or something. Yeah. I mean,
he's granted the most wishes out of all athletes. He's a phenomenal guy.
And he's also with the hottest diva out there too. So he's a stud, obviously.
No, I don't think he's with AJ Lee.
Okay. I would think.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, punk. I know you're a UFC fighter. I don't need no arm bars. I can do my own moves too. You know what I'm saying? Moves like Jagger. But anyway, but what I think, what I'm hearing, I talked to Booker T. You know, when we got the media access, I asked him what was his plans. They're thinking Roman Reigns, John Cena. John Cena's gonna have the belt, and he's gonna go up against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and that's gonna segment into finally closing the chapter on Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, probably for the IC strap or for the. I'm sorry, Vince. I didn't say strap. I meant belt. You know, Vince is stickler for words, and we don't want him to ban us from our own talk show. You know, Vince could fire you from Connecticut. So.
Connecticut.
But you know, I mean, talking about champions. I mean, you know, I just think that you're looking at some phenomenal athletes, and we're gonna get ready to segment into what I probably think is a big piece. You know, I know that boy Leo's done some research. You know, Shawn Michaels lost 6 years of his career due to injury, and you know that really solidified what he could have been. You know, I mean, we were talking earlier the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. You know, who would be on? What three would be on there? I mean, mine would be Shawn Michaels, The Rock, and Stone Cold. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Flair. I love Hogan.
I don't want to correct you, but I believe there's 4 presidents on the Mount Rushmore. So
yeah,
if you want to give one more out there.
Okay, I thought one more. I mean, you know, hey, I didn't. You know, you either blame my mom or you blame Pasadena ISD. You know. I mean, you throw a fourth one. I mean, I guess you throw Sting out there, man. I mean, he's carried the company for so many years, and you know, I mean,
I have one thing to say about that. I don't know how you feel about this, man, but how can you get rid of Hulkamania, brother? How do you not have that man on your Mount Rushmore? I mean,
but you know, I know, I'm gonna throw a name out there. I know y'all probably look at me like I'm crazy, you know, because I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a big fan, and I have the WWE Network, $9.99.
$9.99. Go ahead and get it.
And you can go back and watch all these old matches, and you think about it. This guy held the belt for the longest. You know, Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
You have to put him on there.
Well, I mean, he really didn't transcend sports. He held the belt for a while, and for a long while. I mean,
and I'm sorry guys if I'm ignorant. How long ago? I don't remember.
That was the 70s.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure because younger cat like me might not remember.
You know, but he was the WrestleMania. He was the Hulkster before Hulkster. He was you know, he was the guy.
He was the main eventer.
Yeah, before the main eventer. He was the showstopper before the showstopper.
You know, you got the Undertaker. I mean, you know, we talked a little bit about the Undertaker and his streak. You know, Brock broke it. You know, do I think it should have been broken? No. But if anybody should have broken it was Shawn Michaels in the first match. But hey, that's irrelevant. But talking about Shawn Michaels, we'll get back to his injury. I know that you've done some research and you're talking about some players who got injured. I know that we looked a couple guys up, but we'll let you lead the segment and tell us what you got.
No, actually, I mean, you know, guys are all there. You know, we had our Easter celebration, and you know, we just happened to have one of the players from the SWAC. You know, he got dove on.
No. Oh, dove on.
Yeah, he wearing the confetti egg where somebody jumped on him, and he might have twisted his ankle. He did twist his ankle. Luckily, it was nothing major.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and he ended up being okay, but it just made me think, what about these other athletes who had serious injuries happen? I mean, the first thing that came to my mind was, y'all remember Willis McGahee.
Man, he should have been a Texan for you Texans fans. You got Andre, you know, great Hall of Famer, I'm sorry. Willis McGahee was going to go number 2 to number 1 to the Texans, but, you know, shredded his knee up like a shredder.
Well, I mean, yeah, he tore everything from his ACL to ZCL. I mean, just everything got messed up in his knee. And I was looking at that, and imagine how great he could have been. His career was still very productive. I mean, if I think correctly, he had the highest touchdown scoring Ravens in the last half decade. He scored the most touchdowns for them in the last half decade when he was there with them. He still put up record numbers. So could you just imagine what if he would have came in and been able to play well?
Yeah, healthy,
100%.
You know that guy is so confident. The reason I like Willis McGahee from the U, he guaranteed he was going to be a first rounder, and he went, I think, 28th if I'm not mistaken, and he went in the first round. I think the 27th or 28th pick, and You know, I mean, the guy did it for Buffalo.
23rd, actually.
23rd,
Higher than you thought, so yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, was it Buffalo that took him?
Yeah, it was Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
The first year, he didn't even play the first year.
Yeah.
He hadn't
So-
recovered. And you know what? I mean, that stands a lot for the Buffalo. They took that risk, and it paid off for them. He played, you know, was it 3 good years with them? Then he went on Baltimore Ravens and had a good little career. And I was just thinking, you know, there's a lot of Houston people, man, that have got hurt, and they could have done a lot more. I mean, honestly, the first thing that comes to your mind, think like T-Mac, right? You know what I mean? T-Mac, you know, I mean, T-Mac, he scored 13 points in 33 seconds.
That was phenomenal. That was against the Spurs. Talking about that good Rockets lost, if you didn't see it, 103-104. Great fought game. But, you know, fell a little short. I know they lost 2 nights ago. But hey, still 2-3 seed in the playoffs.
Sorry, we're gonna carry. Hey, we're gonna get past the first round anyways. I just want to throw that in there.
Okay.
All right, and I was thinking there's this older guy. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember. There's this older guy out there. The only reason I know him is because my dad talked about him.
Okay.
About this bad man. He was a pitcher, J.R. Richards. He didn't have a normal injury like McGahee where he tore his ACL or anything. He started feeling numbness in his arm one day, and then at the All-Star break. And I believe it was 1980 at the All-Star break, he ended up having a stroke.
Oh, wow.
That sidelined him. You know what his ERA was going there? 196.
Wow. That's almost unhittable.
Dude, oh yeah, exactly. He had a fastball that went over 100 miles an hour, and this was in the 70s and 80s. So he was like a Randy Johnson before Randy Johnson even showed up.
Okay, before his time.
Yeah, and he kept on coming up.
Over 100 then.
Yeah.
Probably a few guys. I mean, you know, Red Guards when it invented, then maybe, I don't know. That was 100 years ago.
No, and it just shows you that, you know, in the very beginning of his career, you know, for that guy, he played for a few years. Very beginning of his career, he had a lot of, you know, trouble with controlling his ball. He had a lot of...
I remember hearing that.
But towards the end, he was really honing down. And you know, with pitchers, you know, you have your pitchers to play 14 years, you know.
Yeah, they play a long time.
Yeah, they play forever. So he could have had a long career going ahead of him. They just didn't treat the numbness right in his arm, and that's what led to the blood clot that caused a stroke. And I just keep on thinking in my head, and this goes out to all you athletes out there. When y'all guys, if y'all are hurt or y'all know something's wrong, y'all speak up. And if you're especially younger, say you're in the collegiate level or high school level, y'all make sure that y'all report what's going on, because I don't want y'all to be on this next list where we're talking about Grant Hill and all these other guys.
Jay Williams from Duke, phenomenal point guard. You know, Coach K said that he was one of 5 guys that he knew that could just get in the zone. It really, you know, I remember, you know, we all saw the piece, you know, Duke just beat Wisconsin. You know, so it's kind of ironic, you know, he was having the worst shooting game of his career, guys. I mean, I think he was 1 for 12, I think, and he really stopped shooting the ball. Duke's down 10, last minute of the game, and he scored a quick 2. Then he hit a quick 3. Then he hit a quick 2. Next thing you know, they're down 3. What play do you call? They call Shane Battier pulled everybody in. Houston Rocket great Shane Battier pulled everybody in, and he just said, "Hey man, we're gonna win this game." He told Jay Williams, "Hey, I'm gonna set the screen and you let it fire." And this is a guy that was missing every shot. His teammate believed in him. You know, he hit the shot, they come back and win the game.
There it is.
And you know what they did? They didn't celebrate. They didn't jump up and down. They said, "Hey, it's like we knew we were gonna win this game." They shake their hands and walk off the court. Got drafted by the Chicago Bulls. You know, he was never going to be the next Jordan, but he was before Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose, another one who's been very injury riddled.
And so I don't know, the Bulls are cursed because he got in the motorcycle accident.
Oh, okay.
First words out of his mouth wasn't die, was "I threw it all away." You know, and
Ben Roethlisberger had the same. Hey, stay away from motorcycles, athletes. Ben Roethlisberger got hurt too.
Stay away from white women in restrooms.
Exactly.
I'm joking, Ben. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
Because you know we don't like women beaters and rapists on our show. You won't be a guest, but we will talk about your injury. I don't know, you know, whatever you had, you know. But you know, I mean, hey, you know, you brought up a good point. You know, I'm listening to the radio today. You know, I get a call from John McClain. He tells me, you know what makes a good quarterback? Durability. Yeah. You know who's getting a lot of knock right now? Marcus Mariota. He's been healthy, but I mean, you look at guys like Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady's had one injury his whole career.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning had the one injury.
What one shout out about that? I want to shout out Tip if you're watching this podcast. You remember that injury?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Can't get right.
Can't get right. MFL #1 pick. Tip Major. So confident Tom Brady first game of the season. I think it was the second play. Tom Brady was done for the season.
And I'm glad you bounced back, Tom, because I think you helped out a lot of teams.
Yeah. So, but to get to be an elite team in the NFL or at least compete for Super Bowl, you gotta have consistency at the quarterback spot. Tony Romo's been injured a lot. I'm a Cowboys fan, but you call it like you see it. He's been injured. He has back injury, arm injury. So that's kind of made them still. You look at the Houston Texans. I know y'all Texans fans.
Yeah.
Y'all don't kill me, Texans fan. I live in Houston.
No, but we struggle with injury too. Our quarterbacks.
I wouldn't call it.
Our quarterbacks have all been injured.
I think y'all were injured at the GM because he drafted nothing but backup quarterbacks. That was your injury. Poor David Carr didn't have a chance. He had 4,000 sacks in the first season. The guy had a concussion when he walked in.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I mean, he 3 Super Bowl wins with the Cowboys, or 2 with the Giants.
The Giants. He was very active in those ones, right?
So y'all did have the Super Bowl quarterback on your roster. It just wasn't when he was with y'all. So hey, but they got Ryan Fitzpatrick and they traded him or they got rid of him. Yeah. Now they got Fred Savage.
Fred Savage.
And they got the guy, the mullet guy. I mean, Mallet guy.
Mallet.
Again, backups.
And then we also got the other backup that the Patriots. Hey, it's like I see what you're doing, man. Okay, you're hoping that some of that blessedness and like Tom Brady will come over, but come on, man. We need to get a real quarterback, not these backups for Tom Brady.
So but I mean, I like your piece about the injuries. It plays a big part. We think these guys are invincible. As kids, you look at these guys and you think, oh man, they're strong. They can lift the world. And man, they're just like everybody else. They break. So hey man, y'all take everybody's.
But talking about injuries. Like who's the athlete that y'all thought like y'all were like, man, I can't believe injuries ended his career for y'all. Who was the one that y'all were like, man, I wish I would have saw more of him playing.
That's a good one. I mean, there's so many. I'll let you take yours from that. I mean, like I said, it's so hard. Tracy McGrady was a big one, but who also really killed me? It's not so much we did get to see a lot of playing time of him, and if y'all didn't know, on this day today, 1989, Ken Griffey Jr. Hit his first home run. He ended up finishing his career with 630 home runs. That's nothing to slouch about. But if you know anything about Ken Griffey, he was injured quite a bit. He always had something going on. He was missing 60 games a season and stuff like that. I was reading a well-written article from, let me pull this up real quick, fellas. Anyways, it was a well-written article. He did the math and said that Ken Griffey Jr. would have been well in the 700 home runs, maybe even 777, which would have been way over Barry Bonds' average. Ken Griffey, the kid. Coming at you, kid. You swing
I think he had one of the best swings in baseball.
Yeah, I mean they made a hat about him. They made shoes about him. I mean, come on.
Hey, and if you ever played in '64, Ken Griffey in the home run game, that one was badass.
That was a good game, and you just put the bat on the ball, you can hit it out. So yours is Griffey. Who's would yours be?
Bo Jackson.
Oh, that's such a good one. Yeah. Bo. I mean, he was in both. He was in All-Star Pro Bowl. He was in both. He was in both sports, and he was in the All-Stars in both.
Yeah, phenomenal athlete. He's a product of Auburn. Did great. He really solidified. The running game. Power running back. And then he hit a ton. I mean, the guy can hit 4,000 feet. I believe.
4,000. That was accurate measurements right there.
The guy had a cannon. I think he was in the parking lot one time, and they said Ricky Henderson was trying to steal home or something. So he just picked the ball up and threw it, and just threw him out. I mean, Bo Jackson. I mean, he would, man, I'd love to see him play more. Mine, I guess I'd have to say, Anthony, Penny Hardaway, man.
Penny Hardaway.
The guy was phenomenal, man. He was drafted by Orlando, teamed him up with Shaq, and, Rockets destroyed him, swept him. Great job. But he really could have been something special, man, and he just got injured, man, and that was sad to see, kind of like Grant Hill. It was just
nagging
injuries, You know, and you don't like to see athletes finish their careers like that, but you know they got to make a living too.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, talking about injuries, the UFC guys. I mean, they're losing people. You were telling me earlier, you got off the phone with Dana. They lost somebody in the next card.
Yeah, they lost Romero. He's not going to be in the next UFC fight. Actually, UFC 15.
Cousin or something?
It's a cousin of us.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe he got injured at the Easter. Got good on his.
Somebody fell on him too, right?
Yeah. You know, but you know, I mean, man, what about that Aldo Conor McGregor fight, guys? I mean, that is gonna. If you haven't seen Embedded 189, you need to YouTube that one. Next after YouTube, of course.
Everyone, y'all make those views a million hits. It's a really great program that they have there. It's only, and honestly, it doesn't take too much time. It's like what, 8-10 minutes show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those compacted minutes are well worth it.
Hey, Conor McGregor is an idiot.
He's a fool.
I mean, love the guy to death. He really puts a show on. Some people say he talked himself into a title because who did he beat? Dennis Seaver? Who's Dennis Seaver? Nobody. I think you could beat Dennis Seaver. Give him one of your old special RKOs. I think he'll be done.
You hit that one from anywhere, right?
Yeah, from anywhere.
From anywhere.
You know, if you didn't see WrestleMania, go YouTube. RKO, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. It was epic. It was one of the best ones I've ever seen.
That was like the greatest RKO.
You think it was? I think, man, it was really, really good.
It's up there.
It's top 2 at least. You know, he's hit some phenomenal ones. You know, kind of come out of nowhere. So, but you know, I mean, well, who do you think's gonna win that fight, guys? What are we talking? July?
Yeah.
The fight's in July. What do you think's gonna happen?
I just, I honestly don't like trash talkers, but the way the way he does
like
it.
Muhammad Ali?
No, that's what I'm saying. The way he does
like
it.
Mike Tyson?
When he does it is very Muhammad
Mike Tyson
Ali.
will bite your ear off and eat your children.
No, that's what I'm saying. He does it so well. Conor McGregor does it so well. It's entertaining. It's not
entertaining.
It's not like the don't want to offend anybody. It's not the Diaz brothers where you just want to say like.
Nick, you're seeing it. I know you're straight out of Compton or Oakland or Stockton, wherever you're from. You call me. We set it up. I know we're different weight classes, but I'm short. You're tall. We'll work it out, and you'll get dropped. I hope you're actually.
Yeah, I hope the Diaz brothers ain't watching this shit.
You know, I tell you, like Scarface said, I'm trying to keep PG-13, but F the Diaz brothers. You know what I'm saying? Little Al Pacino with me. I was gonna be an actor. But then I ate a couple of donuts and blew up.
Okay. They say you didn't have the action star body. Is that what it was?
No, they said I still had the action star.
Oh, okay.
But I also had the action star appetite, so I couldn't have both.
No, he trash talks so well. I just hope for you, Conor McGregor. I hope you do well. I mean, if you win, you win. But you've never faced anything like Jose Aldo, and I think we can all agree with that. He's never seen anything like that before.
I don't know if one of his first fights.
I thought you were talking about my first fight with him. I was like, yeah, he beat my ass apparently. Beat me so bad, I forgot about that.
No, I mean, if you don't remember, I remember the first time I really saw Jose Aldo, and that was the Uriah Faber fight. Uriah Faber, the California kid. Phenomenal.
Well, yeah, WEC coming in strong, yeah.
Yeah, he's a super good dude. You know, I mean, he's fell short a couple times, but he you know what? Funny thing is, he's never lost a non-title fight.
Okay.
So I mean, you can't fault. You can't. You know, he's lost a couple title fights, but he never lost one. But Jose Aldo destroyed him.
But what does that say? He can't
win the big one.
Can't win the big one.
Yeah.
You know, he's won the big one a lot though, because he had the belt at WEC for a long time. You know, unfortunately, the UFC hasn't won it yet. I just think it's a matter of time. You know, and but I think that Jose Aldo, to getting back to him, is just a remarkable fighter. You know, the guy is a tremendous athlete. I remember watching him bet. He said, "Hey, if I wasn't fighting, I'd be a pro soccer player," because he's an athlete. I mean, and I seen the guy kick.
Oh yeah,
kick a couple goals. I seen him. Actually, fire Ryan Faber's right leg. Up.
Hey, that would have been from midfield right there, straight in the goal.
So you're thinking Jose Aldo's gonna win the fight or Conor McGregor?
I'll tell you like this, and this is what I always say. People hate when I say it. I kind of want Conor McGregor to win the fight, so he can start something new. But if I was gonna bet my $100, I'd be on Jose Aldo.
What are you thinking?
Me, I'm thinking Aldo.
Aldo?
Yeah.
So you're thinking Aldo, gambling wise.
Yeah.
So we don't promote gambling, but if you do, your pick is Jose Aldo. Put your 100 on there. You'll win about $42.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. If that. Yeah.
But I mean, man, I just you look at what's best for the weight class. Is it Jose Aldo dominate another 7 years?
Yeah.
I mean, he's beaten top level fighters like Chad Mendez, Lamas, Frankie Edgar. You know, and I saw Frankie Edgar fight in Vegas, guys. I think Frankie Edgar pulled that one out, 3-2. I do myself, but the answer didn't have the answer that night, and they gave it to Jose, and it was a great fight. Matter of fact, that was the night that what's that guy's name? The Dutch guy. The one guy with the mohawk. He came over, supposed to be UFC champion, and he beat Brock Lesnar, and man, the one guy. The one guy. Come on, the guy's good. We know his name.
The Dutch guy?
Overeem, bro.
Oh, Overeem.
I'm feeding you the layups here, guys.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. When I think Dutch, I was looking for a tall white guy. I forgot that.
Yeah,
me too.
Hey, sorry, no racism here, but that's where my mind went blank. Yeah, I was looking for the blonde hair, white guy.
Yeah,
that is right.
That's
yeah.
the night that he was smashing Bigfoot Silva, and Bigfoot Silva came back in the third round and knocked him out, destroyed him. And I think that really hurt Overeem's jaw. I mean, he had the Fernando Vargas jaw after that.
Yeah.
Breathed on the brother wrong, and the brother fell.
But he did come back recently with the victory. And was that Frank Mir that he fought?
No. Big Country.
Big Country. There it is. Big Country that he won.
But if you YouTube,
I was thinking of Bigfoot Silva that knocked out Frank Mir.
Yeah. No, Frank Mir knocked out Bigfoot Silva.
Oh yeah, Frank Mir.
He was winning the fight.
Yeah.
Bigfoot was.
And then came back.
Big Country.
Yeah, but if you YouTube that fight, you'll in the third round. Big Country caught him over hand right. Lucky clock ran out, saved Overeem to win. I like Overeem. Follow him on Instagram. He puts on boring pictures, but I mean,
he does look a lot thinner. I'm glad that he's starting to lean out and not be so muscular. I mean, whether you think that's for some others, issues, but he's looking a little bit better. Hopefully, his career doesn't lean out. He seems like a pretty alright guy.
So UFC, you got John Jones, Cain Velasquez, Chris Weidman, Jose Aldo, Robbie Lawler, and Ronda Rousey, and T.J. Dillashaw. You got to pick one champion to represent your company. Besides Ronda Rousey, who would it be? And why?
I might be. I'm gonna go somewhere. I would say my thing would be at first. I would say Cain Velasquez, but that's probably because he's a Mexican American like
so you're racist.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna steer away from that. I'm gonna go with Chris Weidman. I like him. He took down the greatest twice. So that's a good stance for. And he's just a remarkable fighter. He's stocky. He's built how I imagine a fighter should look. He looks like he can destroy people.
Yeah.
And hopefully his winning streak keeps on going. And if he could just open up a little bit more, be more out there, I think he can take over as a voice of any company that you have out there.
What about CM Punk? Can you beat him?
Dude, CM Punk. I'm sorry, hey man, I've never seen you in the ring.
The guy pulled AJ Lee. The dude couldn't work miracles.
She is fine.
But the thing is, can he take a punch?
And I haven't seen his training. I don't know where he's at. At least with Brock Lesnar, we knew he was a collegiate wrestler.
Yeah,
he was
different levels,
Yeah.
I think it's more of a draw. I mean, I hope the guy does good and doesn't get murdered.
Is it gonna go back to like the old school of USC when they announced? He's gonna say Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yeah, just no formal training.
And no disrespect to DeSantos, who just destroyed Anthony Pettis. I was rooting for Pettis, as you can tell, so that's the guy.
And I was going for Anos, but
but I bet it on Anos because you told me to.
I did tell him, and that's where that whole thing that comes down to the whole who you feel versus who would you bet on analogy.
Who would be yours? His is Weidman. Who would be yours?
Me, I would pull the race card. I would have to go.
Cain.
My boy Cain.
You'd have him at weekend,
I was at the Toyota Center when they fought here in Houston.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
I mean, when he came out, when they said his name, it went crazy in there.
It was he fought Dos Santos in Houston, correct?
Yeah, and that was and that card was amazing. It was an amazing card.
Yeah.
I really felt bad for Dos Santos because he looks like a good guy. When you see him behind the scenes, he's always talking to the kids.
Yeah.
I actually had a coworker who brought her a kid, and he actually went up, said hi, and took a picture with them. Cain Velasquez did the same thing, but Dos Santos came out first and did it.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
there was no way he was getting love in Houston, bro. Too many men.
Yeah, I know.
You know why, right? Because, like my cousin says, he eats lemon with his menudo.
There you go. And if you could tweet out if that's true or not, let us know. We all know it's true. Just let us put it out there.
Lemon with your menudo. That's the big question.
That's the reason you picked them, because you eat lemon with your menudo. Mine, I'm gonna have to go a different way, guys. I mean, the guy was in the UFC and he got cut. The guy got cut. He went to Showtime, whatever.
Strike Force.
Yeah. You know, and he went out there and he fought well. He came back, fought Johnny Hendricks in Dallas. We were there for that one. We were there. It was a great epic fight. I thought he won the fight. They gave it to Hendricks.
I feel like they reversed it each time. Like,
each time. Yeah. But you know what he did? Hendricks was out. Hendricks couldn't fight for a year. So basically, Hendricks off the shelf after you get George St. Pierre retired. So you basically have a champion that fight. Robert fought 3 times and dominated all 3 of them. Came back, you know, some said, like you said, it was kind of reversed, you know. But the guy's a fighter. The guy's crazy. I've seen the guy get hit in the face. Kind of reminded me of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania when Brock took him to Suplex City.
Suplex City. I don't know if you saw this. Kurt Angle actually said that he is the master suplex city on his Twitter account, and he has the picture of him suplexing Brock Lesnar.
Well, I mean, you want to wait.
I'm just saying that's what Kurt Angle threw out there.
Kurt Angle, he's a mediocre. He's an Olympic wrestler, you know, Olympic gold wrestler. You know, he wants the spotlight. But if you're gonna do anything, I gotta give it to my boy Eddie Guerrero. You know, he did
the roller suplexes.
You know, that was the first time I ever seen someone do 3.
The late great Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, the late great.
He was in it, and he had a frog splash from the heavens. He could get up there.
Man, can
the
he
Mexican jumping beam.
Hey, yeah, can he just like come in and just spread like so well? He just like it was very.
I guarantee he ate his maneuver with lemon too.
He probably did. Vicky, you let us know. Chavo, you're not around no more.
No, he's still wrestling.
Is he in
Lucha Underground, dude.
With Rey Mysterio.
Oh, well, he's still in negotiation and signing.
Yeah.
You know, Lucha Underground is, I think it's like a sister company with AAA Wrestling in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
You know.
But he's trying to come back up.
Yeah, you know. It's
Del Rio went over there.
Yeah, Del Rio's there. He's there now. He's Alberto El Patron. Yeah.
He like to get drunk. We drink a little bit.
Maybe so.
Maybe he's like that boy Leo over here.
A little agave.
Yeah.
Before we get any further, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Braylage Media, for providing us the studio to do our show. If you have any legal troubles, I don't. When I was in Vegas the one time, that's a long story, we'll talk about it. I contacted J.M. Harrison, attorney at law in Pasadena on Vista. You go visit him. I won't issue his number out because you know you got to pay for your advertising if you want your number put on the YouTube channel. But you go visit him. He's a great lawyer.
I believe I met him. He's a
good guy. He plays a little poker. I don't know if you play poker. I play poker.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. You know, for my poker guys out there, you know, the World Series is going to kick up in July. They got some circuit events coming to New Orleans.
Okay.
You know, this month, matter of fact, so, you know, starting May. End of April, May. So y'all get out there, win a couple of dollars, you know, throw some our way. We'll mention you on the radio or YouTube. So, but, you know, I mean, let's cover some quick sports and we'll get back to it. Soccer, Leo, that's your forte. That's, you know, you're like a Ronaldo or what's his name? Cristiano Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Leo Messi.
Leo Messi's where I'm at. You know, like I say, looks a little bit more natural. You know, Cristiano works a little bit more, but they both do excellent work.
They're both good.
They're both great.
So the guy works out and has good looking hair. He's not. I mean,
hey man.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro.
I may stir something up with this, but like I do occasionally watch soccer. You know. I think Messi's more of a team player.
That is true. He does lead more assists than Ronaldo does.
Ronaldo is more like, you know, I know I'm the shit, so just give me the ball.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like Mike said one time. They asked Mike, you know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time.
Okay, Mike, he calls him Mike. You know,
first name, my boy,
first name.
Okay,
just want to make sure.
Dennis Rodman, you know, the Worm, was upset saying Michael Jordan's about me, I. And he said, there's no I in team. You know what Mike said? There's an I in win, cuz. That's all I'm saying. There's an I in win. And so Ronaldo wins. That's his name, right?
Yeah,
he wins. So who's better, him or Messi?
I believe Messi's better.
I do.
I mean,
and I'll tell you right now.
See, with my physique, I really don't watch soccer because I get tired just of them running.
Just looking at them.
I do watch the USA. The USA on the global. Where was it? The FIFA 2014 Cup. You know, all the people were just playing right now. A couple months ago back, last year.
Oh, the World Cup.
The World Cup, that's what I said, FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Yeah, the World Cup, yes, he's talking about the greatest championship.
I was inspired by the Team USA, man.
Oh, man.
And they fell to that German team, right? That's the team that beat them.
What's it called? Yeah, Germany.
Germany beat it, man.
Germany beat it.
I'm telling you, Germany, Germany. You know, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Alemania. It's Spanish for if you don't know, it's Alemania.
I don't know what that means. I didn't take 8th grade Spanish. I dated a Spanish girl once, but she really didn't speak Spanish, so it didn't count. But I was inspired by that, man. For those 2 weeks, man, I was a soccer fan, and then it was over. It was just like I had a beautiful girlfriend, and then I got tired of her because she was too much work for me.
And the United States did play well. We actually we almost beat Portugal, dude. They tied it last minute. Wait, your boy Ronaldo, he crossed it and they scored at the very last minute. I think it was the 90th minute they scored.
Wow, yeah. So he's not my boy. I know I have a friend that likes him. I think they're dating.
Omar. Yeah. That's our physical therapist guy. Who, our medical expert. When we need to consult somebody, you might see him on some future shows.
He had a son with him, right?
Now let's cover some NBA. We got the playoffs about to kick off.
Yeah.
Now let's we don't want to wrap everything up. Just tell me, who do you think's gonna win the championship? What 2 teams will be there and why?
I don't even care about the teams. Rockets are taking it. I don't care. I'm going super hometown.
That's super hometown, guys. I mean, the Rockets have a great chance to win the game, win the championship.
I mean, you got the.
Okay, so who are they gonna play in the East? At least tell me that.
Hey, all I know is you got the MVP on the team. That's all you need to know, bro. I'm done. I'm dropping my pen right there. That's what's happening.
Josh Smith?
No, come on now.
I'm joking. I'm teasing.
James Harden, baby.
Okay, so you're saying the Rockets. Who you're probably gonna say the Rockets, but who?
The Rockets struggled against the Clippers and the Blazers.
Yeah.
So I think those are one of the 2 teams we will be facing, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be hard. The Rockets are hurt.
Yeah.
I do know we lost 2 players.
Yeah, they did. Beverly and Nunes or Demo. And so that really
got hurt. I love Demo. I love me some Demo.
Yeah, but talking to he really puts in a lot of work. I'm watching the highlights right now.
Oh man, did you see that?
Tim Duncan. Ooh, that looked like a foul to me, guys.
I think it could have been.
And that was the final. That ended the game on a foul. I'm just flabbergasted right now. But I mean, Harden's good. Harden and Westbrook up for MVP. Looking at the numbers, they're almost identical.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the last thing I think Harden was.
Rockets dropped down to number 6.
Yeah, we're in the number 2, and then we just dropped.
So we gotta win some games here. Spurs shot up to number 3.
Well, anybody below the Warriors is pretty tight, so we can do some stuff.
So you think the Rockets are gonna outdo the Warriors in the playoffs? Steph Curry.
I'm being very hopeful here because Steph Curry's a bad man, dude.
Yeah,
he is.
And Mama become that man again. You saw what he did to Chris Paul the other night.
Oh my God.
Chris Paul's probably the greatest point guard in the league right now.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be phenomenal. I see the Rockets going to the championship. I see them really having some great playoff games back like in 94, 95 when you had
everybody for Charles Barkley.
We got rid of Big Shot Bob.
Yeah.
Alien Head Sam Cassell.
Yeah.
Come on, Mario Kiss of Death Ellie.
Yeah.
Man, we could have probably three-peated.
Yeah, we could have.
And we got Pippen. He was done. But I see this Rockets team kind of like that. Dwight's gonna really have to, like you said, his game's evolved. He's gonna kind of take a second fiddle.
Oh, by the way, one of the stars from the '94 teams, tutoring him a little bit. Hakeem, the Dream.
Probably the greatest, not probably the greatest center of all time.
Yeah.
Had the Dream Shake. I think I taught him that one time.
You did? Is that where you got that from?
Well, I don't know.
Because he was a little bit bigger on you, so you kind of.
No, I was trying to get a cupcake, and my mom was trying to knock me out.
So you did.
And then I was to go for the hook.
Grab
it. See his hand right here? Grabbed the Twinkie.
That was back in the 90s, right? When he was in Rockets, yeah. He saw
me. I think he saw me. We were at the game, and I was looking for some nachos.
Oh, got you. Halftime, he was,
Yeah, he was chilling. I think it's going to be phenomenal. But how ironic is this? Russell Westbrook, James Harden, MVP candidates were teammates for OKC with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's true.
That man, whoever traded, should lose his job.
I had this exact conversation with somebody the other day. That how does this man? What was he, 6 man of the year before he got traded?
6 man of the year.
He should have been playing. He should have been.
They traded him for Kevin Martin.
Oh, who?
The Kings didn't want Kevin Martin.
Like our guy who exactly? He's able to keep up with every conversation. He says he doesn't watch enough, so he's able to keep up with the main names. But Kevin Martin, who?
Kevin
exactly
Martin.
Who? Remember when the Astros they tried to bury us almost every season, but we still made it to the playoffs or made it to the World Series. I mean, that was so rough because it just seemed like the White Sox were destined to win.
Yeah.
So when we went up against them, I was just like,
freaking Jeff Bloom.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This guy. I mean, he was a career bench player. He played for the Astros on the bench, comes up big. You know, and I really think without Jeff Bloom, they don't win the series. They don't sweep them. It changes the ball game. Biggio's Hall of Fame this year. Anybody know?
Yeah. I was proud of that. He should have been there a long time ago, but that's
This is his second year on the ballot.
I think it was second or third year on the ballot. Yeah,
third year. Should have won first time.
Yeah. So we're looking at a highlight here. This guy Duncan from the Marlins. They need to worry about winning ball games because those guys were horrible last year, and they made this huge stadium. Then they traded their team. Oh wait, that's not like they did after the World Series. They traded everybody. So Biggio's Hall of Fame. We know, of course, 5 years from this year, Derek Jeter's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Probably great.
First time.
Unanimous. Win every vote. If he does not go unanimously every vote, whoever didn't vote for Derek Jeter needs to lose their vote.
Just get off the committee altogether.
Give me a vote. Let it count twice. I'm going for Derek Jeter 3 times.
Hey, just be all say all right. Just boom.
Matter of fact, they got a new commissioner. What about that? He said he's lifting Pete Rose's ban.
He deserves. Dude, as a gambler myself, he deserves to be. He deserves to be. He should have been there a long time ago. That's ridiculous.
I mean, the guy. If you look at his bets, because I'm a bettor, all his bets were for his team to win. And his team was not that good.
Exactly. It's not like he was catching the best and losing the game.
Any ball player, any sports, they would always bet on their team to win.
Yeah.
They would bet on themselves to win.
Exactly. And the main thing too is he's not trying to lose the game. He's a ball player. But I remember one of the first stories I ever heard, it was a news article. They were talking about the first time Pete Rose, he came up to bat or whatever, he got a single or double maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
And he went to go talk to his dad after the game, and his dad's like, well, you really didn't hustle that hard the first. And that's why he always hustles every damn game, because that was just still in his mind.
Charlie Hustle.
Couldn't slide head first to save his life, but
you go in there though. Hey, that brown hair just.
So now I think his commercial, what is it, the Sketcher commercial he's in?
The hall.
Pete, you're not supposed to be in the hall.
One thing made me wonder. I didn't look it up, but I was like, I wonder if he does have a young Asian wife like that.
He probably does. He's Pete Rose.
He's Pete Rose, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe he does.
There's only 2 guys in the world that's probably dated more women than Pete Rose. That's Derek
Jeter. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
You know the second guy is? The guy sitting next to you.
Sundance.
Hey, some people.
He's a WWE.
If it's not WWE wrestling.
I hear you.
All right, well, you had to have caught a game or two.
Yeah. I do.
Like realistically, I think San Antonio's looking sharp, but
they're looking strong now. I know they're.
But I know the Rockets struggled against the Clippers and the Blazers. Yeah. So I think those are one of the 2 teams we will be facing, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be hard. The Rockets are hurt. Yeah. I do know we lost 2 players.
Yeah, they did. Beverly and Nunes or Demo. And so that really
got hurt. I love Demo. I love me some Demo.
Yeah, but talking to Daryl Morley, I heard him. He was in a conversation at the bank, and he was telling one of the people there that losing Nunes really hurts more than losing Beverly.
No, yeah.
Because
Beverly shoots a 3 every once in a while. Demo's actually out there.
Defense. It really, Demo's he really puts in a lot of work. I'm watching the highlights right now.
Oh man, did you see that?
Tim Duncan. Ooh, that looked like a foul to me, guys.
I think that could have been.
And that was the final. That ended the game on a foul. I'm just flabbergasted right now. But I mean, Harden's good. Harden and Westbrook up for MVP. Looking at the numbers, they're almost identical.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the last thing I think Harden was.
Rockets dropped down to number 6.
Yeah, we're in the number 2, and then we just dropped.
So we gotta win some games here. Spurs shot up to number 3.
Well, anybody below the Warriors is pretty tight. So we can do some stuff.
So you think the Rockets are gonna outdo the Warriors in the playoffs? Steph Curry.
I'm being very hopeful here because Steph Curry's a bad man, dude.
Yeah,
he is.
And Mama come that man again. You saw what he did to Chris Paul the other night.
Oh my God.
Chris Paul's probably the greatest point guard in the league right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. I see the Rockets going to the championship. I see them really having some great playoff games back like in 94, 95 when you had Charles Barkley and we traded the team away from him. Charles Barkley, you're an idiot, you suck, you're a Hall of Famer, you're the round mound of rebound, but you can't win the big one.
We got rid of everybody for Charles Barkley.
We got rid of Big Shot Bob, Alien Head Sam Cassell.
Yeah.
Come on, Mario Kiss of Death Ellie.
Yeah.
Man, we could have probably three-peated.
Yeah, we could have.
And we got Pippen, he was done. But I see this Rockets team kind of like that. Dwight's gonna really have to, like he said, his game's evolved. He's gonna kind of take a second fiddle.
Oh, by the way, one of the stars from the '94 teams, tutoring him a little bit. Hakeem, the Dream.
Probably the greatest, not probably the greatest center of all times.
Yeah.
He had the Dream Shake. I think I taught him that one time.
You did? Is that where you got that from?
Well, I don't know.
Because he was a little bit bigger on you, so you kind of...
Nah, I was trying to get a cupcake and my mom was trying to knock me out.
So you did.
Juked her. And then I was going to go for the hook. He grabbed it. See his hand right here? Grabbed the Twinkie.
That was back in the 90s, when he was in Rockets, yeah. He saw me.
I think he saw me. We were at the game and I was looking for some nachos.
Oh, got you. Halftime, he was,
Yeah, he was chilling. I think it's going to be phenomenal. But how ironic is this? Russell Westbrook, James Harden, MVP candidates were teammates for OKC with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's true.
That man, whoever traded, should lose his job.
I had this exact conversation with somebody the other day that how does this man, what was he, $6 million a year before he got traded?
$6 million a year.
He should have been playing.
They traded him for Kevin Martin.
Oh, who?
The Kings didn't want Kevin Martin.
Like our guy who exactly? He's able to keep up with every conversation. He says he doesn't watch us, but he's able to keep up with the main names. But Kevin Martin, who? Exactly, who?
Worst trade in basketball history. What do you think? Besides that trade, it was bad, but it wasn't the worst. What do you think the worst trade was?
Oh, shoot, you got me on that, man.
I can tell you. I'm about heartbroken.
You're about to drop the bomb on us right now?
Yeah. I was sad. The day it happened. Traded Catino Mobley and Steve Francis for Tracy McGrady. I remember I cried that night. They were like brothers.
Yeah.
And they were like my brothers. Except for they were tall, skinny, and fast. And I'm short and fat. Come to think of it, I was like an adopted brother. But I'm joking. But that was probably a tough trade for me, man. I really, I'm a Rockets fan at heart. I root for winners. And the Rockets are winners. Unfortunately, the Texans aren't. The Astros had some good seasons. They're not the New York Yankees.
God, you remember when the Astros they tried to bury us almost every season, but we still made it to the playoffs or made it to the World Series. I mean, that was so rough because it just seemed like the White Sox were destined to win.
Yeah.
So when we went up against them, I was just like,
freaking Jeff Bloom.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This guy. I mean, he was a career bench player. He played for the Astros on the bench, comes up big. And I really think without Jeff Bloom, they don't win the series. They don't sweep them. It changes the ball game. BJ's Hall of Fame this year. Anybody know?
Yeah. I was proud of that. He should have been there a long time ago, but that's
This is his second year on the ballot.
I think it was second or third year on the ballot. Yeah,
third year. Should have won first time.
Yeah. So we're looking at a highlight here. This guy Duncan from the Marlins. They need to worry about winning ball games because those guys were horrible last year. And they made this huge stadium. Then they traded their team. Oh wait, that's not like they did after the World Series. They traded everybody. So Big Show's Hall of Fame. We know, of course, 5 years from this year, Derek Jeter's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Probably greatest player.
First time.
Unanimous. Win every vote. If he does not go unanimously every vote, whoever didn't vote for Derek Jeter needs to lose their vote.
Get off the committee altogether. The captain.
Give me a vote. Let it count twice. I'm voting for Derek Jeter 3 times.
Hey, just be the BLCL, right? Just boom.
Matter of fact, they got a new commissioner. What about that? He said he's lifting Pete Rose's ban.
He deserves. Dude, as a gambler myself, he deserves to be. He should have been there a long time ago. That's ridiculous.
I mean, the guy. If you look at his bets, because I'm a bettor, all his bets were for his team to win. And his team was not that good.
Exactly. It's not like he was hedging the bets and losing the game.
Any ball player, any sports, they would always bet on their team to win.
Yeah.
They would bet on themselves to win.
Exactly. And the main thing too is he's not trying to lose the game. He's a ball player. But I remember the one of the first stories I ever heard, it was on a news article. They were talking about the first time Pete Rose, he came up to bat or whatever, he got a single or double maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
And he went to go talk to his dad after the game, and his dad's like, well, you really didn't hustle that hard the first. And that's why he always hustles every damn game, because that was just still in his mind.
Charlie Hustle.
Couldn't slide head first to save his life, but
He would go in there, had that brown hair just...
So now let me ask you a question. So does he automatically go on the ballot, or do they make him wait 5 years?
No.
If
they do.
Well, I know when his name gets on the ballot, he's going to be a first time.
If it's lifted,
but
his name is on there, I say
yeah. What I'm saying is, do they make? Because they make you wait 5 years after you retire.
Yeah.
But he didn't retire; he was banned.
Yeah.
So do they let his name go automatically, or they make him wait 5 more years? I say they put him on there automatically.
I say
the big issue with that is that even the amount of time you let go by, that whatever freak accident or he has a stroke or something happens, those 5 years go through, everybody's gonna be like, I should just put him in automatically so he could enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Hey, what do you think of his commercial? What is it? The Sketcher commercial he's in?
The hall.
Pete, you're not supposed to be in the hall.
One thing made me wonder. I didn't look it up, but I was like, I wonder if he does have a young Asian wife like that.
He probably does. He's Pete Rose.
He's Pete Rose, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe he does.
There's only 2 guys in the world that's probably dated more women than Pete Rose. That's Derek
Jeter. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
You know the second guy is? The guy sitting next to you. Hey, some people, they say I'm like Derek Jeter. I was playing softball the other day. They call me Derek Eater.
Derek Eater.
I was eating up them grounders.
I heard.
That's where they got it from.
I heard Derek Eater.
And I was
right there with it.
They hit me a ground, caught it with my hand. I'll take a bite of the ball. So this little NFL news. Can never go wrong with NFL.
Man,
What are you more excited to see for this season?
I don't know. I'm just hoping that some of y'all NFL players have cut the shenanigans down, because last year, I'm a big fantasy football guy. Last year was just horrible with different people just walling out.
You didn't know who was going to blow up. Talking about that, coming up, I think in September, we're going to have Tip Major, Fantasy Guru, come on the show.
We're going to have the Guru come on?
The Guru. I can't. We're going to wrap the show up with, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our next episode next Friday night. More stories to come, more news events. Email your questions to the Showstoppers at yahoo.com. I'm sorry, Showstoppers Sports Talk at yahoo.com. Matter of fact, before I go, we had a question pop up. We forgot to ask WWE Insider. I have a fan, Kevin Harms out of California, wants to know, is Stone Cold going to be in Dallas? And if he is, what is he going to be doing?
Be there?
How far do you think this actual wrestling that he's going to
I don't think he's going to wrestle.
What about special guest referee? Ronda Rousey, Triple H, and The Rock. Him and The Rock are good friends.
They did have a pretty good beef there too.
Yeah.
Would he switch sides?
He'll stun Triple H. Deep, deep. Rock bottom. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm seeing.
Honestly, that could work out. That's minimal damage done, and like he always says that his neck's always plagued him, so that could work out perfectly.
But the only scary part is you got the showstopper, Triple H's best friend. We seen what he did this thing. Knocked the year off his life.
As long as they don't try to super kick Stone Cold, because his neck might snap off. And
so Kevin, we think Stone Cold's going to be there. We don't know if he's going to wrestle, if he's going to do what part he's going to play.
We got
to be in Dallas. We'll be there. We'll be there. Looks like we got 30 seconds to waste. So we're gonna send it off. We're gonna let you know that we're gonna be here for the long haul. Subscribe to our page below. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook, the Showstoppers Sports Talk. You got it from Jay Reed, the Bozer City Beast. He's not from Bozer City. That boy Leo and the suntan Superman himself. Have a great night, guys.